So I looked around the town and I finally found the back merchant. So I bought 10 slots. Now I can have 80 slots in my inventory and 70 in my bank. But also, I can ask something from him.
All my bags are genuine Skyrim Oricine. There isn't one stitch from any of those weird critters around here.
Weird critters?
All I'm saying is that where I'm from, the only things that walked on two legs were men and elves. This place? Half the beasts are mouths with feet.
Think he means these. Interesting. So, I just have to return to the Mages Guild. Now, with the long lost lore. I also did some crafting while I was away. Talk to Valasti. Hi, I'm back. Valasti, I have returned.
Were you successful? Do you have the tomes?
Yes, I have them right here, and something strange happened.
Well done. You're already proving your worth to the guild. Sorry, did you say strange? What happened?
An old man in robes appeared to me. He said his name was Shalidor.
Shalidor? Labyrinthian's father, the Spell Mirror's forger. Are you speaking truly? And, this book's pages are blank. Why is it glowing?
Shalidor appeared right after I picked up that book. He said fire would show you the
The
words.
spellwrights of the First Era used a special ink that would remain invisible until immersed in arcane fire. Perhaps that's what he meant. We have a brazier nearby burning with such a fire. Let's see what the flames reveal.
I'll give it a
Cast
try.
the book into the arcane fire. Fear not. The pages will not burn.
Can you tell me more of Shalidor?
Shalidor was the most famous archmage of the First Era. His dedication to spellcraft and his commitment to research were unmatched by any before or since. Most mages revere him, though he does have his critics.
Why would he be criticized?
Shalidor felt that one should earn the right to be called mage. He created many trials to test the spellcasting mettle of men and mer. His loudest detractors were those who failed those tests.
Of course. Well, but hopefully you don't have to be called a mage to be able to use magic. So that should be fine, right? Use. Summoning rituals, legible. Alekred Minkumpen. But... well, this is an old... Alekred Mingumben, Fyteorantraimen, Vistradestmen, Squalangespo. You're what is... If you want to read this, I'll... then pause. I don't understand the words.
What has the fire revealed?
I can't understand the words here. They must be very complex spells.
Complex indeed. Much of this is beyond my understanding, but here, this one is an attunement spell. We can summon Archmage Shalidor himself. We'll need some ritual orbs.
What do these orbs
They'll
do?
focus your magicka, attune your life energies, and draw him to this place. The ritual will apparently also link your mind with his.
What does that mean?
It means that the Archmage will be able to guide you and speak to you whenever he chooses. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, let's begin. That sounds interesting, but also ominous.
To the center. First, we attune your spirit to Shalidor's. Ready. When you're set, use the orb before you.
Knew it. I was right in choosing you.
Hello.
I can sense, yes, The aura around you glows with good fortune. You will be the one to help me complete my final task.
Why me?
What I hope to accomplish is difficult, perhaps impossible. It will require great strength of spirit. I sense this strength in you. That is what drew us together in the ruins.
What is this
A
task?
storm rages towards us, Adept. War has come to Tamriel, and the mages of this great guild must have quarter. I intend to offer them a safe haven, a sanctuary where they may study in peace.
How do we create this sanctuary?
I created that sanctuary centuries ago. It was stolen from me by an agent of chaos, and magically transported to the Shivering Isles. To recover the island, we must locate 4 hidden tomes. This is the task of which I speak.
Where are those
They
domes?
are being held in a place known as Cheesemonger's Hollow. It is a realm of the mad god, Sheogorath. Stand by my side, and I will open a portal.
I'll stand with you, Shalidor.
Be careful. Sheogorath is not to be taken lightly. I lost the sanctuary because of his nimble tongue and mad stare.
Nimble tongue?
I won't waste my time recounting his antics. Suffice it to say, he got the better of me. Bets were made, wagers were lost, and my sanctuary, Ivea, was pulled into his realm. My apprentices screaming all the while.
Who is Sheogorath?
He's known as the Daedric Prince of Madness, the Mad God. The Dunmer call him one of their 4 corners of the House of Troubles, and he's earned the title 1,000-fold.
Okay. Am I really going to a place called Cheesemonger's Hollow?
Yes, an example of Sheogorath's humor. There are those that find his madness amusing. I am not one of those people. The Mad God would just as soon serve you an aged cheddar as he would flay the skin from your bones. Remember that.
Is he really a threat? He sounds like a joke.
Don't take him too lightly. Madness comes in many forms. Sheogorath encompasses them all. He rules the Shivering Isles, but often takes an active interest in our world. That usually doesn't end well.
Why have you returned?
Protect my legacy. While this guild was after my time, I accomplished much in Tamriel. I founded schools of magic, oversaw the construction of the Great Maze, and bore my spell mirror into battle.
And you think the war could undo that?
I know it. I laid powerful enchantments on my final resting place. When my legacy is threatened, I'm drawn back from Aetherius. My presence here is proof enough. The Three Banners War is a threat to every mage in Tamriel.
Okay. Well, I'll go in solo. Cheesemonger's Hollow. Pride without equal, Sheogorath holds in his realm giggling loons, flamboyant outers, and craven mutilators. The Mad Prince something.
Oh, how quaint. A mortal.
Yes, but a badass mortal who will destroy you. Or maybe not you. So even this realm has lockpicks. Many of them. Interesting. Oh wow, more bookshelves. The Dark Husband. Like Secunda follows Master, Sidis follows the Night Mother. Her husband pursues, but she seldom pauses, leaving him eternally in shadow. Sidis has many names and many parents, or none at all, but his fangs, the fangs of Sidis, is still bite. They take particular pleasure in envenoming the weak-minded, the foolish, the greedy or the headstrong, but the fangs can destroy the powerful and the wise as well. Beware those born under the shadow, and all those who seek to use its power. The downfall of our ancestors is tied to the fangs of cities, and our scales remain darkened by his touch. Interesting. Prudence in practice, this I have already read. Oshkura's Destruction Journal. Destruction staff increased to 5. Fourth Sun's height. All the other students are already casting fireballs and I can't even manage a damn spark. Mother was right, dogs aren't made for magic. If I wasn't so afraid of the shame, I would pack up and go home right now. I deserve to work in the mines for the rest of my life. The other apprentices are constantly laughing at me. This was the worst idea I've ever had. Hawks just can't be sorcerers. 8th Sun's height. Master Tantane convinced me to stay. He recommended books for me to read. Said that knowledge is inspiration or something like that. I don't see how reading is going to help, but he said to trust him. These books look really hard. They're about things like theory of emotional, magic response and volitional interference factors. One's a biography of Guskik. Never heard of him, but I guess he was some orc sorcerer. How about how to teach a dumb orc magic? I would read that. 15th last seed. Huh! I got that snooty Breton girl's hair on fire today, and managed a little lightning bolt. Even hit the target, I can't believe it, those books were just what I needed. They seemed really hard, but it was all about clearing out my head and not letting nerves stop me. And Guskik? Turns out, he started the same way, he didn't cast a spell for years, but before long, could destroy a whole village. This is great! Uh-oh. Jesus of Tamriel, why is this glowing white like that? Interesting. Jesus of Tamriel by Master Chef Gilbert Larocque. If you're like me, the very word cheese stirs you. Maybe you recall meals shared with family and friends, favorite dishes in the cold of winter, or a simple snack in the shade of a tree while traveling. I am here to tell you how much more there is to cheese than you ever realized. Join me on a journey across Tamriel and discover a breed of culinary experience you have never imagined. Let's start simple. Eider cheese, popular in Skyrim, is eaten by the Nords alongside hearty spit-roasted meats. They do not share the refined approach to cuisine that we Bretons take, but I have discovered that Eider's rich, earthy flavor and creamy texture are quite conducive to sauces. Try it with the poultry dishes or paired with a young collegiva. For a more exotic taste from Skyrim, you must seek out cheese made from the milk of mammoths. Only the truly brave can obtain it from the giants who craft it. Yes, giants. Who do you think could milk a mammoth? But its restorative potential and robust flavor make it well worth a bit of risk. I have heard it called an acquired taste, but you'll be amazed at how it completes a hearty stew. A student in Breton culinary tradition, I cannot rightly count it among true cheeses, but Scuttle bears mention from the adventurers. This delicious treat is crafted from pork, the flesh of beetles native to Morrowind. Do not let its composition or greasy texture turn you away, for its peppery complex richness is loved by the Dark Elves for good reason. For an energizing snack you must try elsewhere fondue. There are countless variants of this dish, but the basics are always the same. A good cheese, strong stock, and of course moon sugar. Keep your pot on a low flame and be careful not to overdo the ale. Best part is experimenting to find your favorite combination of ingredients and tipping foods. My advice, try adding a different herb every time. Interesting. On the subject of melting, the Red Guards craft the cheese with an unusual quirk. They keep the secrets of its culturing process close to heart, but love to surprise foreign guests by serving it. It is known as shrieking cheese. When it is melted to a certain point, it actually lets loose a jarring scream, In a common dish, small blocks of the cheese are added atop spicy meat as it cooks in an open pot. When it shrieks, it's ready. That's a cool idea. Another rare treat, should you ever be fortunate enough to find it, is the legendarily aromatic Colroy cheese. To give you just the slightest idea of how wonderful this cheese is, I do not exaggerate when I say a scent of it alone was worth the many false leads and months of traipsing across southern Cyrodiil in search of it. Look at all these cheeses in wheels, wedges and slices. So many, and it's only the beginning. There are even more cheeses out there just waiting for you. Even if you can't make long journeys in search of these delicious creations, I hope that reading about them encourages you to try as many cheeses as you can find. Cheese is amazing. Rough maple. Hi Haskell.
Well, what is it? Here for some noble purpose, no doubt.
I'm here for Archmage Shalidor. I've been sent to retrieve some books.
Spell books? How pedestrian. As it happens, I'm feeling particularly charitable at present. I'll allow you to enter. After.
After what?
After a test of your resolve. This isn't a lending library. If you want the spell books, you'll have to earn them. A portal has been opened, just behind you. Close it, and I'll grant you passage.
I'm ready.
Close the portal if you can, though you may want to deal with those scamps first.
Seducer Cutthroat. That's a name. Iron Axe. I can do this. Don't I have a soul gem? I have. Seducer, did I? So Seducer is a race of some sort. $2,229 maximum health, it's the same. Oh well. Did I get any weapons? 200, 100. This flame damage, that's good or interesting.
That was unexpectedly competent. You'd make an adequate house servant. I don't suppose you'd consider it. The pay is meager, but the fringe benefits are appalling.
No thanks, I have only come for the books.
Pity. The tomes you seek are beyond the door at the top of the stair. Once you're outside, follow the path.
Thank you, Haskell.
Just doing the Master's will. I will open the door for you. Oh, and mind the scamps. The little imps adore fresh flesh. Such children.
Right.
Right this way. And please, try not to make a mess of things.
Well, I tend to not be messy, so
Happy
maybe.
adventuring.
Thank you. That guy. That was so funny. That has already been opened. That too. Ah. The hell is this place? Is there anything to read over there? Doesn't seem like it. So I will just go this way. The smoke looks good. Quite good. Sainted Incendiary and Seducer Cutthroat. Jeez, you can't do anything to me, so stop even trying. Oh, I hoped I could read that one. I got a recipe. Rabbit pastry. Or pasty. I don't have any active effects, I need stamina recovery. Nope, you didn't see me.
Look, Pop! Someone to play with you!
What? Boss fight!
He doesn't like you, does he?
I have stamina recovery, so... Boom! Take the tomes. Yes, but first I want to... What? Oh. First I want to read stuff. Catacombs of Cat Petro by Victor Crocu. The cemetery of Cat Petro is the final resting place for some of our greatest heroes. Those who fought the many battles to keep High Rock safe and who bled into the rivers of the soil. They gave up everything they had to protect this very land. The term hero depends on one's point of view. One man's hero, after all, can be another's villain, and another's king might be your tyrant. But everyone buried in Cat Petro fought and died for this land. Each of them in their own way has allowed us to live as we live today. And beneath the graves of these heroes lie the catacombs, the place where I believe the kings and queens and royalty of the past have been entombed. My studies of the surrounding countryside indicate that the catacombs exist. However, I haven't been able to find an entrance into these hidden tombs. Allow me to speculate on subjects where the existing records are incomplete at best. Before our time, the greatest battles of the Alessian and the Tyrrheni took place in this very land. Thousands lost their lives in the great battles that occurred here. After those conflicts, we saw the last Isleid king pass away and the bloodline of the Tyrrheni thin out. Yet these Tyrrheni had the most powerful magic at their command. Some say it was a type of magic that hasn't been seen before, or since the Tyrrheni. Magic that allowed them to bring down the tyranny of the Alessians and stop their army. I can only conclude that those who rest below Gat Road are the heroes who fell in the battle those long years ago. And that the Tireni buried their own and then sealed the crypts so that their resting places would never be disturbed. I will continue to search for new evidence that supports this theory, and I will continue to explore Gat Petro in the hope of finding an entrance into these catacombs. I can only hope I don't disturb the Tireni magic that protects these tombs. Yeah, you hope that. Cantillon's correspondence. Destruction staff increased to 6, yay. Editor's note. This letter is one of Margot Cantillon's earliest recovered correspondences. Her impact on the restoration arts and her unmatched compassion will long be remembered, and this letter grants us insight into the strength of character she displayed even as a young healer. Journeyman Bachand. I received your gift yesterday and I am taken aback. It's clear that you spared no expense. I have never laid eyes on such an ornate staff. The silver and golden symbols of Mara inlaid with pearl are beautiful, and the sculpting of my likeness into the metal at its top is flattering. Please believe that it is only with the greatest regret that I cannot accept it. I appreciate the spirit of the gift, but I simply cannot use it to tend to my wards. We travel in different magical circles these days. I know such a magnificent staff could be borne proudly in yours, but I have dedicated myself to tending the unfortunate, and to use such a costly implement in my work would be unseemly. You asked about my studies. My instructor says my empathy is strong, and that the outrage I feel at the suffering of others gives my restorative spells potency. I am humbled to have a gift for this noble calling. I only wish healing received more focus during apprenticeship. The emphasis on destruction seems so misplaced to me now. Perhaps we will meet again at the next guild symposium in Wearest. Yours in Mara's grace, Marco Cantillon. That is interesting knowledge. Who are you? I don't know. How the Kwama lost his shoes. In the ash and sand of Stony Falls, the little Kwama lost his way. He herps and terps to his mother calls, but the volcanoes do not sway. The forager passed him, burbling then, with sand and skrit upon his back. He tripped and lost his front right shoe, and wished he would have brought some kind of snack. The worker robbed him, chiding then, angry at the loss of time. He tripped and lost his back left shoe, and skidded legs passed up to climb. The warrior snarled him, fighting then, bites and snaps at nasty shark. He tripped and lost both other shoes, avoiding monsters, things that stalk. The queen found him then, cries and leaks all down his face. She cracked his chitin for those lost shoes, and ate him squealing for his disgrace.
Well. What do we have here?
What?
Puppy killer? Come to steal me books? What? Who? Where? What? When? Sometimes why? Speak up! Honesty is the best policy, as far as you know.
I'm here to recover 4 tomes for Shalidor.
Shalidor? Oh, that pompous Nord and I go way back. I know what he wants. Indeed I do. Ha, his island. He wants to steal it back. How I love a challenge.
Right, I'll just take them with me then.
Now where's the sport in that? I tell you what, I'll give you 1 book in exchange for your heart or lungs. Your choice. No, wait, I have a better idea. Let's have a contest. A contest wrapped in a mystery with an enigma glaze. Oh, what fun we'll have.
What kind of
A
contest?
few tasks, the odd death trap. Nothing so difficult to say reassembling the Staff of Chaos or rebuilding the Numidium. Take the first book, Puppy Killer, and I'll give you an additional book for each test you pass. Are you game?
I suppose it's a deal.
Excellent! Cheese and cabbage for everyone! But wait, we should inform Shalidor of our deal. With any luck, he'll die of embarrassment all over again.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
I can't wait to see the look on his face. If it's precious enough, I might hang it on the wall. Ah!
What's the meaning of this? Sheogorath!
You remember. Ah, Shalidor. You never ride, you never visit. Just now I made a deal with your lackey here. How long have you wanted those books? Eternity?
Your deals are hardly fair. What farce have you contrived this time?
Think of it as an adventure! Ha! And don't worry, I've got a surprise for you too. I put a tiny curse on these books, just a small one. Long story short, Shal, you can never read these books.
Curse you, mad god!
Boring! Be more imaginative, Shal. Like, curse you, mad god! May you become cheese eternally gnawed by skeevers! Unfortunately, I have no more time for constructive criticism. Do stay in touch.
What in the world is going on?
Curse the mad god. I don't know what game he's playing with you, but I do know the stakes.
At least we have one dome.
That's true. Though without my help, it will take Balast considerably longer to translate it. I'd like you to return and let her know the bad news.
I'll tell her.
I'll send you back to Tamriel then. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. So this is a big quest line, seems. That will be interesting to follow. Teila Dadus,
I've
hello.
always found the study of Daedra fascinating. It's unfortunate that so much knowledge about them is forbidden by the Tribunal.
What can you tell me? Why are you so interested in Daedra?
They're tied closely to the history of my people, for good or ill. The mountains of the Ashlands are rife with old Daedric ruins. Some are not as forgotten as we might like.
Are the Daedric ruins
They
nearby?
dot the slopes of Ash Mountain. Legends tell of a secret Daedric library there, devoted to the Daedric Prince Hermaeus Mora.
Do you think this place really exists?
I've learned not to dismiss rumor and legend out of hand. Whether there's an actual library, or just a fiery pit of screaming Daedra, I couldn't say.
What can you tell me about Dunval Indorel?
You truly don't know? You must know about House Indoril. They're one of the most powerful noble families in all Morrowind. Tanvil is the Grand Master of the house, the leader of the entire clan.
How did the Grandmaster befriend Holgun?
They're an odd pair, aren't they? The Grand Master is so cool and cerebral, and Holgun is so gnawed. Most know that they only served together in the Akaviri War, but our guild collects secrets. You'd like to know more, wouldn't you?
Of course.
The Grand Master's unit was ambushed by those Akavir snakes, cut off from the rest of our forces. Holgun's scouting party came on the scene and rushed in to rescue them. He and the Grand Master were the only survivors. They fought back to back.
Interesting.
Greetings.
Greetings. Hi Valast. Can I read that other thing? Oh right, I have that one.
You radiate an aura of power. Does this mean you have the books?
Only one Shakarat is going to make us pass tests to earn the others.
Tests? Well, that's a start, I suppose. What of Shalidor? He was drawn away from here in a burst of light.
Shakarat summoned them.
Not good, not good. I'll start translating this right away, but I hope Shalidor returns to help.
Shakarat cursed the tome. Shalidor can't read it.
Zarxus is backside. Then this is going to take a while. Check in at a guild hall from time to time. I'll leave word for you when I've finished.
I
In the
will.
meantime, keep an eye out during your travels. There are many lost tomes scattered throughout Tamriel. Who knows, any one of these books may help us restore Shalidor's lost island haven.
Maybe. Imbued in long lost Ivea, the ancient sanctuary of the Tamriel Mages Guild.
Pardon me, I must begin this translation. These runes? Fascinating.
But... oh, 119. Välästäpät Shakarat.
Terrifying, isn't he? The will and attention of a child with the power of a Daedric prince.
Is he always like that?
Well, look on the bright side. You're still upright on 2 legs. You're not inside out or bright purple or afflicted with new angry limbs. It could be worse.
Whoa. I don't want that. That would be bad. Okay, I haven't... was it this one? No. Oh, I have marked it already. That's done. What's the next one? Talk to Suldrashi at the farm near Krakenmoor. That is really far away. Find the harborage. Let's do this one.
Whoever fought the daggers